Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to True Sim Productions. I'm your host from the WD Broadcasting Network on Facebook, Winston Deal. Ready to bring you guys the season finale for the Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication Super Series. Race 12 of 12 here at Hickory. 3/8 mile. Very fast track, very bumpy. A lot of character to this one. It's going to be key to get into a rhythm and get into it quick. But qualifying just about finished. We've got one driver still on the racetrack taking time. That is Brad Carpenter in the 31. Carpenter down into turns 1 and 2. First lap time will put him 6th quick in the 31 machine. See what he can do on lap number 2. Checkered flag across the line that time. Slows it down a little bit that second lap. But Brandon Elvis goes quick time in the 54. He's got quite the advantage over younger brother Justin in the second spot. Elvis been on fire this season. Or Elvis has been on fire this season, I should say. He leads the points by 58 points over Chris Smith in the second spot, who picked up the victory last week. Unfortunately, not able to make it tonight. But 6 wins for Elvis across the season. An average finish of 2.1. He's led over 400 laps, just shy of 500. 494 laps led for Brandon Elvis. Just absolutely dominant here in the super late models, and we see that once again here in qualifying at the top of the standings. As we're trying to get timing and scoring back, for some reason the tower popped off. You guys are not able to see the scoring on the left side. It looks like the field is ready to go. So I think we are ready to get going here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. On the pole, it is going to be the number 54 machine of Brandon Elvis. To his outside, younger brother Justin Elvis going to start from the second spot. Tanner Hicken making his first start of the season in the third spot. Then it's Zach Murphy to his outside in the 29 machine. In the fifth spot, Brandon Kelly in the 9 is outside Brad Carpenter in the 31. Then it's Caleb Thompson in the 04. Adam Fulford in the 71. Justin Coleman in the 14, and Jeffrey Miller going to round out our field. Now we'll grab a word from our fast qualifier here tonight. Brandon Elvis one more time on the pole here tonight. What can we do to put it in victory lane?
And keep this right front on it. That's about all we can really do. Proud to see my little brother up here on the front row. I mean, that's pretty cool to see. Good job by him on qualifying there, and let's just have a good race, and damn, hope we can get a good start here and just set pace and keep the tires on it. Long race.
Yeah, definitely going to be a long 150 laps here tonight. We'll let you get locked in, ready to go, but nonetheless, good luck to you coming to the green.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that was Brandon Elvis, and through turns 3 and 4, through the Coleman Design restart zone, we are underway here at Hickory. Underway for the final time this season. Down the back straightaway they go. Brandon Elvis leads the field into turns 1 and 2. He's going to lead through turns 3 and 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Back behind him, Brandon Kelly underneath Tanner Hicken. That's the battle for the 4th position right now. Everybody going to want to get every early spot that they can. Brandon Kelly goes around, and the yellow flag comes out. The yellow flag is out. Brandon Kelly in the 9 machine goes around. But the 9 machine of Kelly going around. We saw him a little loose on the exit of 4. We'll see what exactly happened. There we go. View of the 9 machine going around. Yep, just slipped up off the corner right there. Very, very difficult to get these cars around the Hickory Motor Speedway. A lot of power and not a lot of room to let those legs stretch on the car. But under caution for the first time. Brandon Elvis is your race leader. Trying to get timing and scoring figured out. Not sure what the issue is. The lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. We are 6 laps in of 150, sending them back to 145 laps to go. Sorry, 44 laps to go. So Brandon Elvis going to lead his younger brother Justin through the Coleman Design restart zone, and we are back racing. Zach Murphy in the 29 got a good start on the bottom side. Down the backstretch he goes. Look at Justin Coleman up 5 positions from his 9th place starting spot. Already up into the top 4. He's trying to get to the top 3. But the battle is on for that 2nd spot. Murphy able to pull ahead in the 29, but here comes Coleman to fill that gap immediately. To the bottom side. Murphy still not able to get clear in the 29. So he's able to right there. So moves Zach Murphy into 2nd. Here comes Justin Elvis back to the bottom. A little bit of bumper tag right there. Elvis back to the bottom side. Elvis wants to take over that 2nd spot once again. Up the racetrack they go. Move the 44 back into the position number 2. Ooh, sideways and hard into the turn 1 wall. It was all going good right there for the 44 machine of Justin Elvis. And then all of a sudden, loose into turns 1 and 2. And around he went. We'll take a look at what happened. Here's a look at it coming through turns 3 and 4. Just gets loose up off of turns 3 and 4. He tries to save it down the front straightaway, but is unable to keep that car in the right direction. Overcorrects and up into the wall he went. You see the bumper landing right there. But that will put the caution flag back out. Still trying to figure out timing and scoring. Not sure what the issue happens to be, but under caution for a second time here this evening. Lights are back off on the iRacing.com pace car. Getting ready to send to the field back. Green flag racing. Field in the hands of Brandon Elvis. They're going to have Zach Murphy in the second spot. Justin Coleman sits third. Tanner Hicken fourth in the 72. We're back underway. Elvis gets a good start in the 54, but Murphy's right there on his back bumper into turns 1 and 2. Your front 3 single file. Here comes Caleb Thompson trying to get up inside of your front 4. Tanner Hicken in the 72 machine trying to stay strong in that outside lane. Both cars even down the back straightaway. The outside working a lot better than I originally expected it to, and up the racetrack the 72 goes to the outside wall a little bit right there. He's going to lose that spot to Thompson. Now he's at risk of losing the 5th spot to Brad Carpenter in the 31. Carpenter down underneath that yellow line, trying to get the car rotated through the center. We work lap number 20 right here. Brandon Elvis leading the field. We've got 150 laps in this one, so it's going to be a long one no matter what. But these guys going to have to save their tires and keep that car clean. And we have timing and scoring back. We got to fix the Kern County right there. I've been working behind the scenes to try and get that fixed, and we finally have it 24 laps in out of our 150 scheduled here tonight. Brad Carpenter was able to get around Tanner Hicken. Hicken back into the 8th spot now, up on the outside wall again. The 44 of Justin Elvis right there. Couple laps down, or sorry, a lap down after that incident in turns 1 and 2. Looks like he's got a pretty fast race car here tonight. Just not the luck he wanted to see earlier on. Started in the 2nd spot here tonight. Definitely one of, if not the best qualifying run he has had this season. Justin Coleman sitting in the 3rd spot right now. This season he has 3 victories already. He'd like to make tonight win number 4. We've got a long way to go, but look out for the 14 machine when it is all said and done. He is always a competitor that is there at the end no matter what. Last week he ended up finishing in the 2nd spot. And the week before he won at North Wilkesboro. So Coleman definitely a very consistent driver in the 14. Right now running in that 3rd spot. Caleb Thompson in the 04. Last week he ended up 9th in at the Kern County Raceway Park. This season he has not seen victory lane yet, but he has 2 top 5s and 8 top 10 finishes. Thompson having a good run here tonight in the 4th spot right now. He's got Brad Carpenter and Adam Fulford behind him. When you get back, we are 33 laps into this one. We had a couple early caution flags, but we have been clean and green since then. Elvis, your race leader. Murphy in the 2nd spot, a little bit quicker that last time. Murphy just trying to track down Elvis. He's got 1 win this season back at Nashville Fairgrounds in the All-Star race. Running similar lap times to your race leader. But it looks like Elvis, not the fastest car on the racetrack. These last couple times it has been that 14 machine of Justin Coleman. Starting to put in some lap times and shrink that gap to your front 2. Right now Elvis has a comfortable lead of about 3/4 of a second over Zach Murphy. Lap number 40 as we cross the line right there. Brad Carpenter starting to creep a little closer to the 04 of Caleb Thompson. You see the difference in entry speed right there. One of the things I like about the Hickory Motor Speedway, a lot of character to the track. You can drive it a lot of different ways, and oftentimes the same way doesn't win 2 races. Very different track every single race, so we'll see what guys can figure it out here tonight. As you see Fulford right there knocking on the back door of Carpenter. He'd like to get up into the top 5. Back around right here, lap number 44 in the books. We'll come back around to lap number 45. That will put us at that will put us at 105 laps to go. There we go. Let's do the math. But regardless, we will be right back in just a second. You guys won't miss a thing though, because we will go to WD Broadcasting Network side by side. Be right back in just one moment. I'm your host, Winston Deal. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back here 54 laps in. Brandon Elvis still your race leader. Got a big margin over Zach Murphy. 1 second the difference now. Pullman in the third spot. 1 second back from Zach Murphy. Caleb Thompson still hangs on to third. He's got Brad Carpenter on his back bumper. Carpenter right there trying to make the move. So far, we are still clean and green after those first couple cautions. Everybody has kept to themselves. Do a little bit of contact there for the fourth spot. Thompson got sideways off the corner. Time by, we are 60 laps in here at Hickory. 60 down. Brandon Elvis is your race leader. Not a lot of difference in the times of your front leaders. Carpenter back up to Caleb Thompson trying to get the fourth spot. So here comes the move right here. Carpenter to the bottom side. Thompson up the racetrack. Looks like he might be struggling with that 04 machine. We're definitely going to see some guys come down pit road and take a set of tires if we get another caution flag. But move Brad Carpenter up into the fourth position. Caleb Thompson still hanging right there in the fifth position. He's got Adam Fulford behind him. He can't give up too much time. He'll lose that fifth spot. As we are nearing the halfway point in this one. Brandon Elvis trying to be your USA Firearms halfway leader. Elvis through 3 and 4. Good run that time. Lap 73. Ooh, Fulford big time sideways out of that corner. You definitely see some of the handling starting to go away on these race cars. Elvis, your USA Firearms halfway leader, was able to see the cross flags. He's opened up that gap to 1.7 seconds. Zach Murphy's starting to slip into the clutches of Justin Coleman a little bit here. But the gap's still 1.3. Elvis, still your race leader right now. Dealing with some issues behind the scenes at this moment, but 83 laps in, Elvis is your race leader. Still at this point, putting on a dominant display. Murphy in the second spot. Coleman trying to track him down. We are quickly approaching the lap 100 mark. Time's still close within your top 5, but Elvis just creeping away at that lead. But Elvis really opening up the gap, 2 seconds back to Murphy. Coleman right there. Brad Carpenter hangs on to the 4th spot. Caleb Thompson in 5th. Adam Fulford in 6th right now. The final car on the lead lap. Brandon Kelly is 1 lap down in the 9 car. See Zach Murphy back behind him. Brandon Elvis putting Justin Elvis another lap down there in the 44. Currently scored in the 8th spot, 2 laps down now. Remember, he had that early incident down in turns 1 and 2. Justin Coleman starting to reel in. Justin Coleman still running in the 3rd spot, trying to track down Zach Murphy right now. Next time by, we are 95 laps in. We have 55 laps to go. Elvis is trying to bring this one home. Coleman really starting to close the gap right there. Murphy might be starting to struggle with that race car. A lot of laps on these tires, and we've had a long green flag run approaching 100 laps green, so these guys have definitely been hard at it here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. 2 seconds, or 2.1 seconds the lead. Coleman right there. We'll see how quickly he is able to make that pass. We've obviously seen him close that gap quite a bit. But does he have the tire to get around the 29? We've got 5 cars now on the lead lap. Elvis setting a blistering pace. Coleman loose up off of that corner. They've got some lap traffic in front of them. Can Justin Coleman sneak around Zach Murphy right here and take over that second spot? Murphy gets around Elvis in the 44. Here comes Coleman. Ooh, a little bit of contact there between the teammates. Coleman goes down the racetrack and to sacrifice some of his corner entry right there. We got 45 laps to go for your race leader, Brandon Elvis. Laps tick away quickly here. Elvis still trying to track down the 29. Murphy's starting to open up that gap a little bit, though. Your top 4 still run similar lap times. Elvis' lead nearly 3 seconds now. He's doing exactly what he talked about in our interview earlier on. Trying to close, or sorry, Coleman trying to close that gap still. We got 40 laps to go next time by. You're just shy of 100 laps green. I believe around the 119 mark, we'll be 100 laps green flag. So these guys are going to be tired after this one. If we get a caution, surely we will see the leaders come down and take tires. But will we see that caution flag and get this field to reset? Elvis puts 5th place Caleb Thompson a lap down. We've got 4 cars left on the lead lap. Brad Carpenter in the 4th spot right now. Look at the battle for the 2nd position. Here comes Justin Coleman. Coleman up into the wall again right there. having a hard time piloting around the 29 machine. He's able to drive up to the back bumper, but so far has not been able to make that pass just yet. Still nowhere for Justin Coleman to go in the 14 machine. Coleman right there once again. Just lacks that drive off the corner to get a run of the inside. 30 laps to go at the line right here. Elvis has a 3.3 second advantage. Here comes Coleman to the inside of the 29. What can Zach Murphy do to try and hold him off here? Tries to hold him tight through turns 3 and 4. Coleman not able to get the car rotated on the bottom. Murphy will hold that spot for now. What can he do through 1 and 2? Looks like he is going to be clear. Is Coleman going to send it back to the bottom, though? He does. Justin Coleman back to the bottom side, trying to take the second spot. We've got Jeffrey Miller, who's a couple laps down, up in front of him. He goes up to the way top side of the racetrack. Murphy doing a good job holding on to the top side, but here comes Coleman with a big run to the inside. These two putting on a good show here with just about 25, make it 26 laps to go right there at the line. Zach Murphy in the second spot, just trying to hold off Justin Coleman right now. I think he's able to get back to the bottom side right there. Coleman going to try and get a run up the corner. Murphy able to hold that top side, and he is clear. And he's going to stay up there, too. He said, you know what, Justin, you want the bottom side? You can have it. I'm going to roll the momentum up here and keep my foot in the gas pedal. So we've got 24 laps to go. Ooh, contact between the two coming up off the corner. I think Coleman slid up a little bit. Murphy down the back. Nearly more contact up off two that time. Coleman just trying to get that car rotated. Very, very hot tires, I'm sure. Not a lot of life left in them. These guys are giving it everything they've got here with 21 laps to go at the line. Elvis's lead has moved up to 5 seconds. 5 seconds the advantage for Brandon Elvis as we come back to 20 laps to go. 20 to go for Elvis in the 54. With all of the bonus points that he has earned here tonight and all the points that he had before coming into tonight's race, he will be your Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication Super Series champion. And we'll see if he can cap off the final race here tonight with another victory. He's got 6 already this season. So we've got 16 laps to go. The battle is still on out back for the second spot. And I say out back because the gap to Brandon Elvis is 5.5 seconds. Ooh, Coleman big time sideways up off the corner that time. These guys just trying to get their cars to the finish. The tire is obviously very, very hot. Not wanting to cooperate. Turns 3 and 4 right there. Zach Murphy, about 0.4 of a second, the difference to Justin Coleman. We'll see if he can hang on to that second spot. Laps to go, make it 11 laps to go for your race leader, Brandon Elvis. We'll see if he can hang on for these final 11 laps. He has dominated this race. We may see the caution flag, but even if we do, I bet we can count on that 54 machine to be at the front. Elvis through turns 3 and 4, 8 laps to go. Murphy picking up a little pace in the 29. Keeping Coleman at bay for the second spot. Six laps remain in the Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication Super Series season. And it's once again Brandon Elvis leading the field in the closing laps. He's done such a good job all season long keeping this 54 machine at the front of the field. Four laps to go for your champion. His victories include New Smyrna in week number 2, South Boston in week number 4. Then he won again, then a week later in week 5 at Langley. Took a couple weeks off, and then week 8, 9, and 10 picked up the victory at Southern National Concord in Martinsville. And then it's been 2 races since he has seen victory lane, but the popsicle sticks are up in the air for Brandon Elvis in the 54. Trying to cap off this dominating season. And right now he is dominating this one. He is led from the drop of the green flag. White flag is out now. 1 more lap to go for the champion, Brandon Elvis. He leads down the back and into turns 3 and 4. 1 more set of corners. And it is win number 7 for Brandon Elvis here at Hickory. Zach Murphy going to come across the line in second. Justin Coleman comes home third. And Brad Carpenter, last card across the line right there, comes home in the 4th spot. Brandon Elvis ended up winning by 6 seconds at the line. A crazy, crazy margin right there. Definitely had the pace in the 54 machine. And he is going to turn that thing around in turns 1 and 2. And do a quick little victory lap. We're going to take a quick little step away on True Sim Productions. I'm your host from the WD Broadcasting Network on Facebook. We'll be right back with a word from our top 3 finishers before we wrap things up here at Hickory. Your winner right here, Brandon Elvis. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back here on True Sim Productions, ready to grab a word from our top 3 finishers and wrap this race up. We'll start with our third place finisher here tonight, Justin Coleman. Justin Coleman up in the broadcast booth one more time in the super late models this season. Third place to finish off the year. How do you feel?
Pretty good, man. That was a good race. Long race. Good lord. I didn't realize it was 150 laps till about 30 minutes till the race. I was like, oh man, this is 150. But nah, that was a fun race. Boy, Brandon put a whooping on us, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was 6 seconds at the line, something like that. But definitely still a good run for you. You were very, very close to getting that second spot from Zach Murphy. Just didn't look like there was enough left in that 14 there at the end.
Nah, the right front was gone, man. It started off tight and just kept getting tighter throughout the night. Right front just got too hot and it was greasy out there, so I could get up under him and run door to door, but when we'd come out of 4, man, I'd have to wait so long on the throttle. That outside momentum would just edge him out on me, so finally I had to just tuck back in because if I kept doing that, boy, I was going to blow the right front out.
Yeah, it would not have been good to see that right front tire go down, but still good to see you on the podium. Get to talk to you one more time here in the super late models. As always, I'll let you thank who you have to thank that helps get this 14 machine to the racetrack and on the podium week in, week out.
First and foremost, thank Brandon Elvis for everything he does and my whole team, ECR. Congratulations on the win tonight and wrapping up the championship. Pretty awesome. I don't know. I think it's the second one in the supers. I don't know. He's won a bunch of them, but congrats to him. Thank you for the broadcasting at WD Broadcasting Network. Run down all my sponsors: Coleman Designs, Coastal Performance, Shock Eye Racing Performance, Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication, Chestnut Hill the Restaurant, Gibbs Brothers Construction, BH Homes Construction, and Parker Brothers Window Tinting.
Alrighty, well, good group of guys helping you out. A lot of fun having you here in the booth, Justin. We've got one more race left in the All-Star Racing League season tomorrow night. The late model stocks come here. 150 laps there. What can you do to prepare yourself for another 150 there?
I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it tomorrow night. I'm going to be working on my real race car. We got 2 big races coming up in the next couple of weeks, so I don't know. I'm going to try to make it, but I can't make any promises.
Alrighty.
But if I make it, it'll be a good race. The late model stocks are super fun here. They always put on a good show, and the setups have been money on those things. So hopefully I can make it.
Yeah, definitely hope you can make it. But if you can't, congratulations on a good third place run to finish off the super season here, Justin. And we look forward to having you back in the booth next season.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it a lot.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was your third place finisher. Now to grab a word from our second place finisher up in the booth. Zach Murphy, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Winston.
Alrighty, Zach, you started in the 4th spot here tonight. You quickly worked your way up into that second position, and at one point you were putting some pressure on the race leader, Brandon Elvis, but he eventually got out to a little bit of a lead, and you had a lot of pressure from Justin Coleman there. Held onto that top side and kept the 29 machine in the 2nd spot. How do you feel?
Yeah, overall pretty happy with the run. Yeah, definitely Brandon had the speed tonight. Congrats to him on the win in the championship. But yeah, overall happy to come home second. It was a good battle with Justin. I'm sure he was cussing me out there. I was just trying to give him run but hold him down on the bottom, and yeah, prevailed on the top and was able to pull away a little bit. I'm sure his tires were angry, and yeah, happy to finish the season strong.
Yeah, definitely a good run to end off the season here in the super late model division. A long 150 laps. We've got another one tomorrow night in the stocks. How do you plan on re-energizing yourself and getting ready for that race tomorrow?
Yeah, it was a long but short race. Those 14-second laps go quick, but yeah, it was good to run this one, get some idea of what the line is. I was just talking to Brandon a little bit, like through 3 and 4. I think I got a little bit to figure out there to kind of hopefully close the gap on those guys for tomorrow night.
Alrighty, well, you've got your research ahead of you. Definitely a strong car here tonight. Who do you have to thank that gets that 29 machine to the racetrack with the speed that we see?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Whitney Automotive on the hood of the car. Got to thank Justin over at Coleman Designs for the fresh paint and racing me clean tonight. Got to thank all the guys down in Race Room 3. We had Adam, Brad, and Caleb in there. Always great guys to chat with during the race. Thank Dalton. Sad he couldn't be here tonight. Thanking all those guys down south that got hit by the hurricanes. Dalton for putting the league on, and Brandon, and also you, Winston, for doing the broadcast. It's been great to look back on this all season. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. It's always fun. Always good having you up here in the booth post-race and talking to you, Zach. But nonetheless, congratulations on your second place run here tonight. And we wish you luck tomorrow night in the finale for the late model stock division.
Yeah, thank you, bud. Hopefully we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks.
Damn. Oh.
Alrighty, so we swapped channels there on accident. We accidentally moved Zach Murphy, or we moved me into the broadcast waiting room instead of Zach Murphy. So if you heard anything pop up on the radio there, I do apologize. But we will now talk to our feature winner here tonight. We talked to him earlier on before this 100-lap or 150-lap feature event. Now we'll talk to him post-race. Brandon Elvis up in the booth. You get a copy.
Hey, man.
Alrighty, well, that was a very, very long 150 laps. You kept that 54 machine out front. You kept the hammer down. Did not let up one bit. You finished 6 seconds ahead of second, lapped up to 4th place. How do you feel?
Yeah, man, it's just I had to clean air right off the rip and was able to really just run the line that I wanted to run. Didn't have to protect or anything going in the corner, so just able to keep right front on it, really, I think was the whole deal. I kind of felt what they were feeling in second and third there when I got up behind fourth and another guy there, and just I started getting tight myself, so just started kind of just was able to set a pace and wait on the throttle, and that's really just the name of the game tonight.
Yeah, you definitely had to be patient. We saw a lot of guys late in the run have some trouble with the handling of the race cars, but you did a good job keeping that 54 machine in the right direction. Didn't see many mistakes all night long, and you ended up 6 seconds ahead. Like I said, you are the champion here. Obviously, I think you had it pretty much locked up coming into tonight, but if this didn't showcase it, then I don't know what will. You had 6 other wins other than this one here tonight, 7 total on the season. Over 400 laps led. Add 150 to that. Crazy numbers. You and I talked about the numbers earlier on last week, but a good way to cap off the season. Who do you have to thank for this championship and the victories?
I just first I want to shout out the top 5, and the standings was myself, Chris Smith finished second, Justin Coleman came in third, Zach was 4th, Adam Fulford was 5th. They were all second, third, and 4th were all within 5 points of each other. So Chris was able to hold on to it with the night being his drop. Hated he couldn't make it. Just hated it for the guys at Dalton and Chris and the guys and everybody else who has lost power. I think Scotty Stevens, I think he lost power as well. Our thoughts and prayers are with those folks and the linemen and stuff out there busting their tails to get everybody's power restored, and to the people that lost all their stuff, we're really thinking about them. Coleman Design for keeping these cars looking really good all year. I'd like to thank Burial's Performance and Fabrication, Dad, for putting on this league right here for us, sponsoring out. We couldn't have done it without him. Chestnut Hill Restaurant, Coastal Performance, all the guys at All-Star Racing League, Dalton and Zach and Justin and Brian Voss and those guys that made this thing happen for us. I'd like to thank you for putting these broadcasts on, WD Broadcasting Network. We're going to be flying your name on the cars here in the near future, so be ready for that. But just everybody that helps, everybody that races week in and week out, special shout out to Jeffrey Miller. He never missed a race, you know. He was here every week, and we're grateful for him, people like him. Yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Brandon, on an absolute amazing season here in the Super Late Models. 7 victories, all the stats I said earlier on. Crazy, crazy numbers. And excited to see that the WD Broadcasting Network is coming to that 54 machine. Can't wait to see how that looks. But nonetheless, we've got 150 more laps to go in the All-Star Racing League season. Tomorrow night, you've got one more race to lock up another championship in the Chestnut Hill Late Model Stock Series. What can you do to refresh yourself? Relax after this 150 lap race, but also get readjusted and dialed in on tomorrow night's late model stock race here at Hickory.
Yeah, man. I think tomorrow night, I think I'm going to have, with the drops already counted, I'm going to have, I think, a 14-point lead going into tomorrow over Voss. So he's got to do everything right, and I've got to just make sure I don't get incident points and just make sure I get the proper bonus points I need. And I'm coming to win. That's the goal, number one goal, But just got to stay out of trouble, really. I got to keep that in my mind.
Yeah, definitely have to stay out of trouble. Don't have the cushion that you had coming into tonight's race, so there's going to be a little bit more pressure on. But you also have, I believe, 4 victories, maybe 5 after last week in the late model stock division. So you're definitely no stranger to victory lane. We'll maybe see you there tomorrow night. But nonetheless, congratulations to you, Brandon, on a wonderful season and the victory here tonight at Hickory.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And just another quick shout out. I didn't shout out my team, Elvis Coleman Racing. We've been strong all year. Justin got him a front row start tonight. I was proud of him for that. Like I said, Dalton and Chris and Justin Coleman, all a bunch of great guys to race with. And I'm grateful to have them on board.
Yep, always fun watching you guys race. A couple top 3 sweeps this season, but nonetheless, congratulations, Brandon, on your victory here tonight.
All right, Winston, appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was Brandon Elvis, your winner and champion here in the Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication Super Series. That's going to wrap it up for us here this season. We appreciate everybody who tuned in week in and week out. A lot of exciting races and a lot of Brandon Elvis victories. 7 on the year, and he's going to burn it down one final time. But I think that's going to do it for us here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. If you haven't already, check out my Facebook page, WD Broadcasting Network. A lot of action over there. But I think that is all I have. Till tomorrow night, before we wrap up the Late Model Stock Series season. But I am your host, Winston Deal, from the WD Broadcasting Network on Facebook, signing it off here from Hickory. Peace out.